26th City Council work session. I understand, go ahead, Adam, you have some things you want to say, because we don't have anything to work on. So.
Don't really have anything to work on. Okay. Okay, so just to kind of update everybody, I've had a couple meetings, with some different people, namely EDC. I chatted with George Sharp over there at the EDC, as well as I've had kind of an ongoing conversation with Dave Champagne about kind of, I'm not a business owner, so, what attracts businesses to cities? What can we do that that might make Tenino perhaps more attractive as a place to do business, so that we can hopefully grow our base of revenue? Obviously, this is kind of building off of the conversations that we've had for the last couple months of, let's not just look at cutting costs. Let's look down the road. Let's look 5 years, let's look 10 years, let's look 15 years down the road, and let's see, where do we want to be? What kind of city do we want to look like? And a lot of that is laid out in the comprehensive plan, obviously, like we just approved that. But what can we do to incentivize additional business and support some of the services that we already, or some of the events that we already have? So one of those things was the idea of short-term rentals, and I'm starting with this because this is something that we just kind of talked about a little bit. So short-term rentals being like Airbnb, Vrbo, those are just some companies that help list them, but however you find your short-term rentals, making that possible in the city of Tenino, I think is going to be really beneficial moving forward, mostly because we've got Oregon Trail Days, we've got the Tenino Ranch on the outside of town. This is a great little stop, a quiet stop on your way if you're going north or you're going south. You just come right off the freeway, have amenities, everything that you could want. It's right here in town. You've got restaurants, grocery stores, all that kind of stuff. So I would like to look into changing or creating an ordinance to allow short-term rentals, either just outright or with as minimal regulation as possible. How that looks is, I think, a conversation that we should have collectively. I'm not sure I have all of the specifics that even I'm looking at. I've just had a couple of back and forths with a couple of people, like I said. So that's something that I'd like to look into. Perhaps I was thinking maybe I'd show up at the next planning commission meeting and just bounce the idea off of them as well.
Okay.
But I'll probably chat with the mayor going forward and see like what's the proper way to go about creating an ordinance for this.
I'm pretty sure we probably have to amend the ordinance that we have now to just shorten it from 30 days or more down to an Airbnb type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it could be as simple as that. And so anyway, look into that. Let's see. Other topics. So looking at sort of traffic going through the city. It's a state highway, obviously, we've got going on here. Some of these crosswalks are a little bit precarious to cross at different times during the day. I mean, I've come through town and I've got like sun on my windshield, and I'm trying to like see, is somebody.
Joyce has almost gotten hit twice.
Exactly. And people park close to the crosswalks because they're trying to get over to the Sandstone Cafe, or they're trying to get over to the Landmark or whatever, and I can't see people until they're basically in the intersection. And so I don't know if there's a simple solution to this. Again, I've talked through this with some people. I don't know if there's a simple solution like we can just put up those little crossing flags. I don't know if you've seen those little crossing flags if you're going down like Capitol Boulevard,
Yeah.
kind of over by the Capitol. They've got those, people use them or whatever. Obviously, I like the solution of having signs that light up, right? Those light up signs like we've got right down, just down the street here. I forget
Right.
what that crossing street is, but
We could find out what that costs, but either one of those options is really expensive, I believe, isn't it, Maria?
I don't know, I know that the school board the school district is looking at putting one in over on Old Highway 99, I believe this summer, so.
Oh, if I
We
remember,
may be able to pull for the information from that, it might be.
if I remember correctly, when we talked about having another flashing light come in, it was something like, I don't know, $30,000 or $40,000 to have that done.
yeah.
And the flags were up in the thousands of dollars.
Mhm.
George Sharp asked me about it because he thought maybe the chamber might sponsor one. Well, I don't know that he's ever looked into it. Maybe we should look in and see what the cost of them are.
Yeah.
And then if the chamber, maybe we can go partners with the city and putting them.
And I guess my question more along the process lines is if we did something like the signs
The
that light
flags.
up,
Oh, the signs.
the signs that light up, if we did those, that's probably going to require a bit of DOT involvement,
Oh, yeah,
correct?
but I don't think that they would, yeah, but I don't think that would be, the problem would be the money to do it.
Well, yeah, absolutely, of course. If we did the flag option as a stopgap for the next couple of years until we can either get legislative money, grant money, something along those lines,
Yeah.
is that going to require DOT? Do we
Well, I
need
think
DOT
anything-
for
anything
just
that you
putting
do along
flags
this
at
highway.
street corners?
Don't know, it's their highway.
Yeah.
It's worth a
A-
call.
Anything
Yeah.
that goes up and down here, we have to get permission for. We can't just willy-nilly do, can we? Or I don't believe.
I don't believe so, I mean, it's worth a question to DOT.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to me that isn't the biggest deal. The money is the big deal because it's very costly, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if we've got everything in place, then we just need to go find the money. But if I find the money and then I got to put everything in place, it's kind of in my mind, it's putting the cart before the horse. So
Well,
I think if everybody's,
We need to find out. I don't know who would do that. Would it be Troy? Would it be Maria, maybe?
I would start with Troy, he's already got DOT contacts, they can point him in a direction.
okay.
There are these see me flags,
Yeah.
like
What?
see me flags,
Yeah.
and it's a whole system for, and it starts at like $200, so it's
Yeah.
not.
Would they be strong enough for
They're
these?
built for, that's what they're made for, crosswalk starter set.
Well, we'll
reflective
talk to
flags.
George and we'll talk to this chamber and see if they want to do that.
Don't you have to have a sign or a rack to put the flags on?
It comes with that, it just goes onto the posts with holes that the flags sit in.
Well, let's have Troy look into that, because that's not a bad idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can definitely work with Troy on that and see if we can come up with some information.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm kind of hoping to do is, I'm hoping to bring it here, and if we all kind of agree that this is a decent idea, then I'll kind of work with the city and we'll kind of chase some of these answers
Yeah, I
down. I
think
think that would be a
It's worth looking into.
great
you
little
know,
project.
see if
And
they
you're
would-
talking about existing sidewalks,
Yeah, yeah,
because we need, in my view, one connecting us to the park, downtown to the park, and we ought to have one from this side to the market. It's difficult there. People do crazy things trying to cross that road there.
yes. I absolutely agree. And I think that's kind of a bigger, I want to say that's going to be a bigger conversation with DOT about, hey, can we get a project funded? Can we get a project on your priority list and funded where we can have some sort of either some sort of traffic slowing or mitigation, especially right there as people are coming in, right? Because people are still going, I mean, heck, it's easy coming into town from that direction when you're used to going 55 to then all of a sudden you hit a 35 mile an hour zone and you're like, your brain's still thinking 55. So some sort of slowing thing right there before you hit the market, I think would be really beneficial.
Well, it's down to 25 by the time you get to the market.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Right,
it
we're talking
starts
about
25 out there quite a ways, but
Yep.
people don't pay any attention to it.
Yeah, that's a school zone before you get to that market. It ought to be right there at that bridge when we have, if we're gonna do something like that.
Mhm.
Some traffic slowing measure.
Mhm. Yeah, so, anyway, I think it's all part of a bigger conversation. It's probably
Yeah,
a bigger conversation with DOT to be like, hey, these are our wants/needs. What's the best way to go about these, and
Well,
can we get them on board?
And I think that you've started the conversation now, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool. Okay, so, and then the last one, I think that I had, oh, it was just, public works related. I just want to have it out there that I'd like to see if we can get like a report or a timeline. I haven't actually asked Troy personally yet, but if we could have like like a report that's generated monthly or quarterly of, hey, here are the big projects that Public Works is doing, and here's our timeline to completion.
Oh, that would be Jessica, wouldn't it?
No, not necessarily, it would be Troy.
Would it? I
I
thought
mean,
she
he
did
can
most of
provide
it.
the information, but,
Okay.
And the big thought for me is, we have those, is it 5 or 8 village hydrants on the
Wait, what?
village-style hydrants?
I don't recall
The
the
chief
number.
was talking about the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Yeah, the small
little
ones.
Yeah.
Um,
And we're in the process of replacing those. They've got the small, and what they need are the ones with the
Right.
big thing for the hose.
Yeah, yeah,
And one of them is over by the high school, over by the school,
yeah,
the small ones.
yeah. And so my question is, I'm kind of curious where that is on the project horizon. Like, is that the next
Oh,
project?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Do we have the materials already? That kind of stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay. Now, is that in our budget?
What's that?
The fire hydrants?
Troy has told me in the past that he has several of the new hydrants that he's purchased over the years. They just haven't got them in yet. We do have, I think it's only 5,000 in that budget line for the current year.
Yeah, but if we've already have the hydrants,
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough to replace all of them, but.
well, I think you're
I
only,
mean-
I think you're right, 5 to 8. I can't remember the exact number, but.
Yeah, just keep in mind that, Troy didn't hire that extra person that he needed to hire this year, so, I don't know how that puts them behind, because, one of his guys is out at the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay, but I'm worried about our liability if we don't get those
No, I
replaced and
understand.
somebody is hurt in a fire because they didn't have enough capacity in the water to put it
Yeah.
out.
So anyway, I was just curious about timelines, and so I was thinking maybe
Yeah.
we request a report
I would think
like
that would be
quarterly.
at the top of their list of things to do, but we'll see.
Anyway, that's what was burning on my mind.
Okay. Jeff, I understand you had something about the fireworks ordinance.
Well, we can, do you want to do that now, or when we?
Yeah, because you're thinking we shouldn't even go on with this, with changing the ordinance. There might be a problem.
My research with it showed that as it's written, it's illegal under state law, and I'm happy to explain
Okay.
what I found.
Okay, then I suggested earlier that we table that.
So you want to discuss it now?
Yes.
Okay, certainly. In looking at the ordinance, what we're doing, basically, or the intent of this, as you read it, is to have Tenino's fireworks ordinance match Thurston County's fire ordinance, for the purpose of making it easier for the Thurston County Sheriff's Office to enforce one set of rules. Their ordinance does not permit fireworks, this is the biggest change, on New Year's Day at all. There's one difference in a day on the 4th of July, which is trivial. But by taking that off, it brings into play RCW 70.77.250. It's a statute which gives the Washington State Patrol powers to enforce and administer powers and duties And as part of it, section 4, there's a note that says, any ordinances adopted by a county or city that are more restrictive than state law shall have an effective date no sooner than 1 year after their adoption. Because we're eliminating New Year's fireworks, which are permitted under state law.
Have to roll over to next year, in other words.
Correct. And in the wording in the ordinance that we're considering, both of the two ordinances, is that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect on May 27th,
Right.
2026. So if the council decides to pass the ordinance, we need to have a change in that so that it's clear that that doesn't take effect until,
Was this something you thought that the attorney should look at, to see if that RCW would affect this?
I mean, I would assume I send any ordinance or
Yeah,
resolution that I touch to the attorney first.
Because I don't know if that,
That's up to you
or
guys.
I don't know if that RCW would affect this or not, but it's worth just tabling it until next
Right.
meeting
And
anyway.
Dave might know more than me
Yeah.
about that one. He had a hand in those, I didn't really
Okay.
touch them.
here's the consideration about tabling it. We have to have 2 readings of this before it's signed, correct? Being an ordinance?
No,
No?
no.
Okay.
I don't think so. I researched that on one of the previous ordinances, and it didn't say anything about 2 readings,
No,
but it did say we're supposed to post them afterwards.
Okay.
The ordinances.
Okay, then we still have a chance to do it in the next,
But yeah, what you're saying is, that's what I understood when I first started here, but then in my research, it says we don't have to read them twice. I think there are certain ones we have to read twice, like the budget one.
okay, but not regular ordinances. That's good, because if we don't get this done in our next meeting, end of June, then our following meeting is after the 4th of July, and that will add another year to the effects of the 4th of July. So I will forward this to the mayor for him to pass on to the
here, this too, here.
pass on to the attorney and have a look at that. My other consideration with this, on the technical end, is that when we pass this, we actually have 2 conflicting ordinances. One that's valid currently or for the next year, and then one that takes effect in a year. And how to present that on our website or in our ordinance list, so that people who are looking to get the information on what's legal or not in the city of Tenino regarding fireworks get whatever's current, either now or in a year revised
You know, the
ordinance.
only thing you can do is just put in, the old one's already in there, you can just put the amended one. And that it doesn't take effect until whatever date next year.
How will we need to do it? I want to make sure that people checking our ordinance are able to find current information at whatever time they
You
do
think
it.
a lot of people do that, huh? Check our ordinances?
No, if you ask. Nevertheless.
Okay, I absolutely.
And we can talk about it. I'm actually not in favor of the ordinance, but we can talk about that next week, once we've got a valid ordinance to discuss.
Okay. If there's nothing else to discuss, Diane, did you have anything?
No,
Okay.
I do not. I think, well, I just had one comment about Tenino business, and part of it is that there's no place for new business. Like, no little shops,
No,
not a
yeah.
lot.
No, there's only a couple of rentals, in
Yeah.
other words.
That would be my own.
Oh, the real estate?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, what's that called?
You've got that one right across the street, but it's my understanding that she wants $3,500 a month.
For the
Again,
red building?
like
Oh,
I
the ribbon?
said,
I thought that had a new tenant. Not so?
They do, I don't know.
they putting a fence up along the side of it
Well,
there.
maybe they do.
Yeah, I
That's
heard it was
good.
a childcare facility or something along those lines.
Well, that would be a good place for that. You gotta, you need to corral them
Whatever.
somewhere.
Whatever.
I'd like to see that old hotel get refurbished at some
Well, I would
point.
too. I wish we'd get a developer in here. That's what I'd like to, and have it like a coffee shop, you know, down below. Make a bed and breakfast out of that with a coffee shop down below.
There you go.
A little
There we
bakery with
go.
a coffee shop.
That's a great idea.
Take it on there.
Okay, we'll do the reports, everybody, and I've got George's. George, where are you? Oregon Trail Days meeting is Monday, June 1st at 5:30.
Hey, that's my report.
Well, you're talking about the parade. It says, Tyann, remind, parade entries is what he's put here when he sent it. I don't know.
I didn't ask him.
Anyway, June 17th is an evening business meeting, 5:30 at the Sandstone. That's to include businesses that can't be there at noon,
What date is that?
June 17th. There's no steady meeting in June, no EDC report. The Tenino Stone Arts Festival is June 13th. And I think that's it. Oh, the text says when setting up a pedestrian safety flag program, often referred to as CME. Oh, he must have sent this to me.
Isn't that what you just talked about?
The costs depend heavily on whether you are using existing infrastructure or need, he must be listening, or need to install dedicated new poles. While the Washington State Department of Transportation permits these programs under specific local state agreements, the hardware is generally purchased from specialized traffic safety supply vendors. Here is a breakdown of what you can expect to pay. Orange, let's see, orange flags and bins. Most municipalities and community groups buy these in complete kits to mount onto existing utility poles, street lights, or signposts. I guess we could do that. And they are, a set of 12 go, or to 24 goes from $40 to $130, depending on whether you choose basic, high visibility, orange, or premium reflective flags. All weather storage bin holders, storage bins and holders are $40 to $80 each. These are heavy-duty, UV-resistant plastic or aluminum canisters designed to clamp directly to a pole, complete with reflective striping and printed pedestrian instructions. 2, dedicated crosswalk poles and brackets. If there is no existing signpost or utility pole at the crosswalk boundary, you will need to factor in dedicated mounting hardware. 6-foot metal poles, 1-inch diameter, $20 to $40 to $50 per pole. Mounting brackets, heavy-duty street pole straps, $10 to $40 each, depending on whether you are bolting into wood clamping around a large concrete light pole or setting a new post. Estimating total cost per crosswalk because of the standard crosswalk requires a setup on both sides of the street. Your basic material costs usually scale like this. Setup type included equipment, estimated cost range using existing poles, 2 storage bin plus 24 reflective flags, mounting straps, $160 to $250. Installing new poles, 2 dedicated metal poles and brackets, bins and flags, $220 to $350. WSDOT implementation note, if you are planning to install these on a state highway or within WSDOT right-of-way, a local agency or community group typically must coordinate with the regional WSDOT traffic office first. They will ensure the installation doesn't block visibility or existing regulatory signs, like standard pedestrian crossing signs, and comply with the manual on uniform traffic control devices. Ongoing maintenance and flag replacement costs are almost always responsibility of the local community or city public works department. There you go, you guys.
Pretty straightforward.
Isn't that what I just said?
I missed that first
Yeah.
part. Would you read it again?
Yeah, could I read it again? No.
George, I'd like to,
Thanks,
could
George.
you look up some stuff for me?
Yeah, well, he evidently, because he talked to me about it, so evidently he went to work and find out all this stuff. Good for George. Okay, and that's it for that. Arch Commission, nothing. Timberland Library's not here. Civil Service Finance Committee, did you guys have them in?
Yeah, we did have a meeting. Not a whole lot to report. Still working on water and sewer rates. Those should be coming out shortly. Sewer looks good. Water could use a little bit of help. So that's what we've got on there. We had a big loan that was due for the sewer plant. I think we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But because of current balances in, the account and cash flow concerns, we're gonna probably push that out a little bit. So, that's that.
Planning Commission. You want to give a report on the Planning Commission? Aren't you a commission?
Last meeting, we just had like a public comment for.
You want to come up here?
On your feet, sir. On your feet.
All right.
Thank you.
Last meeting, we had public comment about the changes to the plan for like flood zoning stuff, and no one had any comments, so. Flood zoning stuff. It's just basically like clarifications on definitions provided by Department of Ecology.
Is this part of the comprehensive plan or a separate?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, anything?
Nope.
Public Works Committee,
No.
Chief of Police, Director of Public Works, not here. Code Enforcement, Building Inspector. Maria?
No, no report.
Park Special, Clerk, Treasurer.
Councilmember Carney spoke about the loan, the Public Works loan. We have been approved by Department of Commerce to skip payment this year with the exception of the interest. So the original payment is the final payment for this loan, but it was $387,000, which would significantly hurt our cash flow at this time. So they have given us a draft approval for council members to approve. We would pay this year the $1,936 and change in interest. And then for 2027 through 2031, we would make payments of approximately $77,445 per year plus interest. So unfortunately, that is going to cost us quite a bit more in interest, several $1,000s, but it will significantly improve our cash flow, especially for this year. We will be looking at the new Right Systems contract that's been approved by Right Systems and our city attorney. It includes the wastewater plant. It's approximately $6,820 per month, which is a reduction from almost $13,000 per month. So, and there's still a couple of yearly subscriptions that we pay separately, but so that will save us a significant amount per month. And then we just are asking for approval to apply for, there's a TRPC grant for about $310,000, and we want to take one of the projects. I don't know if you have the update. It says the 6-year plan, but that's not correct. It's one of the projects from the comprehensive plan. We want to apply for this grant. Now, this grant probably won't pay for an entire project from the comp plan, but Jessica Rush is going to work with Troy to find one of the projects that we can reduce the project, because we don't want any out of pocket for the city at this time, obviously. And then Express Bill Pay, our new system, we have 234 customers that have now signed up for paperless billing. So that's $180 savings per month just in postage. That doesn't count envelopes and paper, and it doesn't count Jessica's time, volunteer time, and Lori's time. So that's a good savings. And then 82 of those customers have signed up for auto pay. So that program is making a difference. It's not, thousands yet.
Well, and
but
it's really simple to do. I did it,
Yeah.
simple, and they let me
See?
know. I sent an email yesterday, that it was coming out, because I have it for the 25th of the month. have
right?
mine come out the 25th,
So-
so it's great.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody that's signing up for that. Jessica's still
Yeah,
selling it big
totally.
time whenever she talks to customers, so that's great. Let's see, annual reports, I sent you guys an email, the council members and the mayor. Annual reports have been filed, so that's done. The deadline was Saturday, actually the 30th. I think Saturday is the 30th.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So those have been filed, and I want to thank Jessica and Maria for their help, Lori, who's not here, and then I have a couple former coworkers that have helped me out in parts of it. I'm not going to name names. So it's been a joint effort, but it's all filed on time and entirely, so that's all I have. Any questions about any of that?
Well, first, I'd like to say, I don't know if I'll ever sign up for the bill pay, because I so much enjoy coming into the city and seeing Jessica and the rest of the staff.
You could still stop in and say hi. You're good.
Yeah.
And I do, and I do.
That's what I tell everybody.
So save money, save money, save money.
The second thing is, I've said it before, but Madam Clerk Treasurer, I'm so appreciative that you've joined our team here and you're put us back on the track of like a real city with real finances, and I know it's a struggle right now as we work our way out from
Yeah.
the burden we have, but I'm so grateful
Thank
that
you.
you're here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a challenge, but it's getting better. Every week it gets better, so I think we're getting a lot done, everyone in the office, so.
Can I ask a question about
Yeah,
this,
of course.
the TRPC grant?
Mhm.
So, on the TRPC grant, so we're gonna pick just a single thing from the comprehensive plan, a single,
As I
Project?
As I understand it, and I'm getting this information from Jessica
Sure.
Reeves Rush, any of our projects on that comp plan right now are well over $310,000. We're going to try and either modify or split in half or something, one of those projects, so that we don't go over the 310,000 and there's no guarantee we'll get this grant,
Sure.
although TRPC is
Yeah,
much.
this is just a permission.
Yes, this is just permission to apply for the grant. So that we can afford the project under the grant. The max grant amount is the 310,000. And we want to be able to stay under that because we don't want any additional costs to the city at this time.
cool, thank you.
So that's, all right.
I remember from the last meeting, there is no BDAT representation.
Correct.
Okay. Solid Waste Advisory, Lane's not here, no TCOM 911, School Board.
Nothing to report on that.
No TRPC, no TPB, and no County Commissioner, Legislature, Oregon Trail Days.
Oh, Oregon Trail Days. I'm happy to announce our next meeting is next week. Parade's moving along. Some of you may have seen, Fred Colvin wants a wagon train through the
I
parade.
think that'll be fun.
It would be a lot of fun. I hope he can find enough wagons to train up. you know. So, but other than that, things are moving right along. Yes.
I did speak to TCSO about helping with the parade portion and about their involvement with Oregon Trail Days. They will be assisting us with traffic control for the parade, and I have been told that we will have a dedicated deputy from 9 to 9 on all-day Friday and all-day Saturday that will be just here in town for Oregon Trail Days. So we'll have 2 or 3 deputies to help with traffic control, and then there'll be either one of them will stay or somebody will be here, and so I will have a lifeline to TCSO if need be for any reason. So, and I'll be in town all weekend for the parade and for all the activities, so.
Good.
Thank you, Maureen.
Huh?
Chief Gray had a thing in there.
Oh,
There you go.
Chief Gray is, he's not on the agenda, you know. He's not
I
on,
have a spot for
okay. They responded, South Thurston Fire responded to 21 incidents in the city of Tenino during April. Average response times was 5 minutes and 33 seconds. One incident required stage response conditions which impacted the overall response time average. What does that mean?
Then they have to wait for,
Staged response conditions.
like they couldn't go in, they have to wait.
They had to most likely wait for law enforcement to get control of the situation before they could enter in.
Okay.
safely.
No major incidents occurred within the city during the month of April. Attached is a current heat map. Oh, well, that's okay, we don't care about it. No update currently available on the station build project. Hoping to have more information by August. Staffing levels remain good for no changes to report. And the Fire Commission officially named him permanent fire chief for South Thurston Fire.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're really
Congratulations.
happy about that. He announced that at the chamber meeting. Current forecast indicates this year's wildland fire season may be difficult. Lack of rainfall during May has contributed to dry and fuel conditions throughout the area. This is the same report he gave to the chamber. South Thurston Fire will host vegetation drop-off. Oh, that's something that's interesting. They are going to host vegetation drop-off opportunities in June for residents within the response area. One location is going to be on their Tilly Road property, and the other one is going to be located in the town of Bucota. So if you have yard waste of any kind, you can take it there for that to them. Two of our 3 brush trucks have been upgraded from front-mounted water monitors. These monitors allow crews to begin fire suppression efforts more quickly during wildland incidents without first deploying hose lines on the ground. Our newest brush truck is now in service and will be leaving soon to get its front-mounted monitor. Okay. Well, we've got 23 minutes, people, so. What is it they say in the Navy? Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Okay.
We have some Tenino trivia on the
What?
screen.
That could be fun.
Could play a little Tenino trivia.
Oh, I know what I want, my water.
Yeah, slideshow.
Is that one yours?
Oh, I need to sign that.
We certainly need to set up a
Too.
date with Chief Gray, promising him to do that.
I keep, every time this rolls around, I go,
It was on me, so
Linda.
now that I've got you here, maybe later this week.
Oh,
he's really
thank
flexible.
you.
He's willing to do it early in the morning. too.
Wasn't that nice?
No more chewed up ones.
Goodness.
Little less.
Okey dokey, thank you. The vouchers are good, oh, good. No questions on vouchers? Wow.
Is that why you meandered up
I
here?
did, I meandered up here because I figured somebody would have some
No.
questions.
Friday?
Well, I signed all, I didn't sign the vouchers.
Coming Friday?
I signed it, but
Yeah,
because I signed all the checks,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't look at it,
Time.
because I figured they were the same as the checks.
Where do we want to be? We want to be
Probably
here.
at the station. Where are you coming
I
from?
better
You're in
put my
Texas.
security
That's
back
the
on.
station.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, whenever he gets there in the morning.
Oh, check
I don't know what time that is.
Let's pick a time, give it to him. He said he's flexible. 7 o'clock?
Okay, yeah, 7's great.
We'll ask
7
him if he's
a.m.,
flexible.
you guys nuts?
I do 6 a.m. if that's all he can do.
I think 7's fine. He just wanted to come in earlier.
Time is a concept.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Doesn't really exist. Okay, well,
It's the quantity of caffeine in other stimulants you need to get.
So TCSO said they wanna just live it the way it is. They don't want to change staging. We had a huge conversation about
okay.
staging back on this side and.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, they were like, no, they just wanna live it and then they'll make comments afterwards. So you guys have obviously been doing this for sometime this way, and so we just wanna see how it flows. And then if they have comments afterwards.
I know, I have a
Did you see
question.
my message? I don't have a binder.
Oh, no, I didn't see
No,
that.
she doesn't, she's doing,
And I will go back to them and I will tell them that we don't. You know?
I think question law says that only law enforcement can.
Yeah, yep, so now I gotta go back to them. So we'll see how that goes.
So now how are they gonna, after they're at the parade, how are they gonna go? They're gonna go
He
down,
really liked the Fenton idea though, Fenton Road.
did he?
He really did. He really did.
We're looking at that, at the
Yes.
option.
at Fenton?
Yeah, send in the parade traffic, they'll go all the way to, MacArthur, turn right, and then turn left on Fifth, and then join the traffic crowd, and then go all the way down North Wickman to Fenton to go back to the staging area.
Oh,
So that they don't get back in on Garfield, because Garfield it's just too crowded on Garfield, so we're trying to send the parade entries back down to Fenton to go down to Garfield to get back to the
God, I
staging
guess
area
I don't know where
for the school.
Fenton is.
Behind the high school.
Behind the high school, like you go.
It's that little road behind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an actual street back there,
I know it, my daughter uses it all the time, but I thought that was,
it's not their driveway.
it was, yeah.
They might think it's their driveway.
What, they think it's their driveway, it's not really their
Oh,
driveway, it's really.
I know which one it is, it's the rock walls, the rock wall is over here on this side. My cousin and I used to go down there all the time and get the pollywogs and stuff in the creek.
So,
Alright.
and if that doesn't work, then send them down. Howard, is it Howard?
Well, Howard's
Olympia.
too,
Howard is,
Howard's too soon,
no,
because that's at the landmark.
No, send them down and then have them join the traffic, but then have them turn
Oh, I see.
there and get out of the line of traffic.
the parade end on Howard then?
No,
They'll go through to the end and then they'll join the traffic again. But they'll get off at the high school and go over to Garfield instead of staying on, am I saying it right? Is it Lincoln or Garfield?
Lincoln is the reroute.
Okay.
Garfield
So
is,
Garfield's
is the
one
farthest
below
one
it,
over.
where they can
So
get
get them
back.
back over to Garfield as soon as possible.
Well, and honestly, they're not gonna have a lot of vehicles parked over there because there's no room for extra vehicles in the staging. So they may be able to park at the high school.
And we thought
Or-
about that too.
I suggest that people go ahead and park over here by the park.
And that's what we would love for them to just turn off at MacArthur and go that
Yeah,
way,
Yeah,
and go south.
yeah, and the Catholic, I have to talk to,
St. Pete's.
Sherry Bachman, but she's let me use that for like the float trailers.
Yep.
So, but I have to have a person, I need to volunteer because last year the gates got left open and then people were parking there to go to the parade.
Oh,
And since I signed the liability
Yeah.
that it would only be
yes.
parade entries that are parked
Yeah.
there, so now I need to find a volunteer for this year.
So let them in and out, yeah.
But it's all coming along.
That would be good too, yeah.
I have huge case of pinwheels. I'm so excited for these pinwheels. Now I gotta find somebody to put them all together for me.
Okay.
what are you doing?
I've got a job for Kathy. Pinwheels for the parade. Instead of participation ribbons, I'm giving out pinwheels.
Oh, cool.
So all these kids will have red, white, blue.
I love our pinwheels from.
I do too.
That was great.
I think they're fun.
Um,
I've got 500 and something.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
And then we can see how many are around town after the parade.
Here we go. I like it.
Has TCSO been invited to have a vehicle in the parade?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, they always do. He has the swap.
He's a brand new.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
last few times he's had that.
The boat
They've had
comes
the
out,
boat,
the
yeah.
boat or the Bearcat comes out, either one.
Yeah, they're all. I like the posse, but they don't have the town posse.
Yeah, he did ask if there was any live animals. I was like, no, there's no live animals in the parade to my knowledge.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's horses.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll update him.
Yeah,
In
arrowhead.
fact, Fred said he didn't have to have a horse to pull it. He could use a tractor, but. they-
Oh, right, for the
Yeah.
cover.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
But no, there's the girls that shoot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
mounted shooting?
Yeah, mounted shooting.
Nice.
Yeah, and then she's got a couple of people she's trying to.
So are they putting their horse trailers in the park? Are they staging on that side?
I'm not sure, because I'm not sure how many yet.
Okay.
So if, that might be the idea. put 'em
That
in
might be
park.
the best place for
Yeah.
them to stage is in the park than on the gravel over there.
Yeah,
So
then
that
they can
it's
have room
safe.
for their trailer,
Yeah.
we can block it off.
Yep.
Well, are there concerts?
No concerts, no music in the park. There'll be live bands, down at the Eagles and behind the landmark.
It's not the big.
No, there will be no live music in the park this
Okay,
year.
okay. So that may work very well.
Mhm.
Well, you know why? Because they charge us. They charge the chamber. Play their songs. We kept getting all these
Oh,
bills
I
from,
hate that.
you know,
thing.
from royalties, I
We had to
guess.
do it with the massage association, we had to commit,
And so
we had to pay
we
royalties.
just voted no, we did
Anything
not
that
have
was
music.
over the overhead.
And that's when you get somebody to come up with their original songs they just wrote or something.
If I'm singing do I pay a royalty
Yeah.
for me to sing?
Well, not if you wrote the song,
No, what if I just stand on the corner and sing?
if they catch you.
Don't get caught.
Remind George to get his permit in.
Oh, I will. I will
He
sing
has not
Monday.
done that yet?
No.
Oh, George.
You can use text if your microphone's on.
No, I turned mine off.
Okay. Actually,
I don't think I turned mine on last meeting.
I received a comment from somebody who was like, you all might want to shut your mics off when you're in the middle of.
What, you want to listen to
Well,
us?
a work session, you're supposed to have one.
Yes, but during this time,
No,
the
I
intervening
turned
period.
mine off right away.
Jessica, do you not pause the camera?
I don't pause the camera, but I usually turn it on.
Somebody was being snoopy then.
Lip reading.
You're trying to find a problem. All right.
We can get a whole good stage.
George is gonna be like, what was hanging on upside down?
Good question.
Chief Gray.
Yeah.
A or E?
What?
Last name.
E, I believe.
A, I thought it was
Chief
A.
Gray?
Guessing.
I'm guessing.
Gray.
It is name.
I just hard at home.
Thank you, Board. I have his card on too.
You got the stars.
Yeah.
I always thought it was an E, but maybe it's a Gray. A G, an A.
Oh, who maintains the trails in the park up on the hill? Is there an organization or is it just somebody who's
The new
kind?
spot? Up above, you mean, or all the trails?
Just all the trailers.
So I'm thinking of the it's just dirt trails up there.
Well, I think Public Works does. Who does?
Oh, no one.
I don't think the trails are maintained.
They're maintained by somebody because they're pretty clear.
Well, I bet it's the.
It's not on the asphalt path, like up in the woods.
Up in the woods, yeah.
I believe the Tenino FFA sometimes does volunteer, community service work out there.
I'm sure that Jessica probably has volunteers that go up, take care of that.
Okay.
She usually does. She'd be the one to ask.
Should be the one to ask, okay. I will ask. If you really need to put on like, and I kind of need to get out there with somebody who knows how much of that land that we've been given. Because
How much of that?
how much of that land up there we can use,
We're using it all. What do you mean?
How much of it is ours?
yes,
It's-
where the boundaries are.
Jessica,
Yeah, it
she
says-
said that goes up there.
Yeah, it's 60 it's 60 acres up there.
I don't think you wanna go right now, though.
Why not?
There's critters up there right now.
Bad critters.
Cougars, bears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were just on the trail cams a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, don't take the kids up there.
Motorized vehicle, well, it's supposed to be walking path only, but, and then lots of noise. Make lots of noise.
Yeah, I've been running, I'll run up in there and then run back down and run the trail. And I've always wondered,
Don't be going up there too far. No.
Yeah, and don't go with headphones on, like,
If it's a bear,
listen to.
if it's a
So-
bear, just scream really loud. If
That's
it's a
what's-
cougar, just run like hell.
yeah, that's what's awesome
She'll
about
get
these
you.
things. I'm usually listening to a podcast, it's like people's voices, and I always hear like little things screaming in the bushes.
You could do like they do in India, wear a mask on the back of your head.
That's it.
Works for tigers.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna start having to travel with something a little bit more than fists. When I'm running through there, goodness sake.
Yeah, there was mama and she had 1 or 2 cubs with her. So, yeah, you don't want to be going
A
up there.
mom and 2 cubs.
I think 2 cubs.
So black bear in there?
No, cougar.
Oh, cougar, okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I'd be much more afraid of a cougar than I would a bear.
I would, yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify.
Yes.
It's just the movement.
I mean, you might not be a snack, you might actually be a meal for her, who knows, you know? Rabbit, rascally rabbit might be a snack.
One of you, amend the agenda to excuse Elaine, would you please, she's not on here.
Oh, sure.
The blotters will stop on June 15th.
Okay, I didn't go this week, I assumed I wasn't going.
Oh, no, it was my fault, I didn't do it this morning. I put it on a piece of paper and then I didn't send it to you.
Well, the circumstances, I assumed that I wasn't getting.
Yeah, no, I'll send them to you until June 15th, that Monday after
Okay.
school ends. That'll be the last one.
Right, I knew they were going to stop at
Eventually,
some point.
yeah, so that'll be my last day. I'm sorry I didn't send it out to you this morning. I got
Okay,
it.
or got an end date on it.
Yeah, June 15th, that'll be the last one.
I switched the sheriff's log around so that Tenino was the
Mm-hmm.
first one on
Oh,
the list
there we go.
instead of Rochester. Tenino, then Rochester, then Rainier, Dakota.
And you should probably take that question.
Fireworks.
Not yet.
Is she going to?
Did I send you the final list of, I didn't, I'll email it to you. Final worksheet, everything we went for.
Oh, okay.
We raised fair amount.
Splash bash?
It's, we're gonna end up with just about the same as we always do. I didn't think we would, really, the crowd was not what it usually is. Well, and one whole table was missing the columns, one whole table. The chair was.
The one thing, just from being there, for some reason, wherever the speaker was, where they were doing the auctioning, was really killing my ears, and was killing the ears of a lot of people at the table.
Well,
So,
you let George, you need to let him know that, because he's the one that does it.
yeah.
Why?
Well, the whole thing was clipping out because it was way too, I think he was way too in like, he was holding it right up to his mouth, and he really needed to hold it.
George was?
Yeah. He likes to get the crowd excited,
Yeah.
and it was actually turning a bunch of people off.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
I'll let him know.
I don't know, you were sitting right there, right, Brian?
Yeah, I agree with what you said.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty rough.
You agree?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let him know. I just decided after we went through all that crap. I'm serious, I was so tired, all I wanted to do was get out of there and go home.
Yeah, me too.
That's all I wanted to do. That's why young people do that kind of thing.
But I could do it next time.
All of it. Okay, you would go there, and Colleen really is.
Huh?
Colleen Casey is really a go-getter.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, and they both are. Welcome to the May 26th City Council meeting. All rise for Adam?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need agenda approval.
Let's see, can we make a motion to excuse Elaine?
Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Need approval of the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes from 5/12/2026 as presented.
Do we get a second? Do I hear a second?
I will second that motion.
I've got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Consent calendar for May 13th, 2026 through May 26th, 2026, consisting of payroll EFTs in the amount of $28,816.19 and claims checks 34127 through 34148 and EFTs in the amount of $122,093.87 for a grand total of $150,910.06 and the excusal of Elaine Clam from tonight's meeting.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar as amended.
I second the amended
Okay,
consent calendar.
I've got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have no executive session, and we did have a presentation, but she's not going to be able to be here. Public comments. Anyone has a public comment? You have 3 minutes.
Let's take notes. I want to give a shout out for mixed-use zoning. There was some discussion during the working session about like not having a lot of space for small
Would you
businesses.
pull the is the
Yeah.
microphone on?
Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't understand a word you said.
There was discussion in the working session about like not a lot of space in town for small businesses. And so I wanted to like give support for mixed-use zoning, which can like put more like space for small businesses and housing into like more of the like urban center while maintaining walkability. That's not something that's in a lot of like places in the US, but I like Tenino because it's not like a lot of places in the US, you know? It's got a lot more walkability than most places. And also regarding like music and local events, there's a lot of like local musicians that do their own music. I've booked them for events I've planned in the past. And yeah, I'd be happy to make connections.
Nice, thank you.
Okay. No public hearings, no proclamations, old business. We were going to talk about the amendment to the fire zoning, but with that, we're going to table that. That would have been old business, so we're tabling that until the next council meeting.
That would be the two ordinances.
Yes, the two ordinance 941 and 942.
Hang on, are we on new business or old business?
That's old business. It's not under old business, but that's where it should be.
Well, it's under ordinances.
Yeah, because we've got an ordinance before us, I think.
Okay.
So I think we're on new business.
New business, amendment to the contract, sign the amendment to contract PW 6962044 with the Department of Commerce, Public Works Board, interest only for 2026, final payment to be paid in increments from 2027 to 2031, including interest.
I will move to approve the amended contract as it is presented.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the amendment to PW 06962044. Is there any discussion?
I'd like to summarize it for anybody who was not here during the work session, and also to make sure that I understand what the clerk treasurer gave us. This is a loan that we had, and due to financial constraints, we've negotiated. The city has negotiated having an interest-only payment for this year, and then for the final payment, actually extending it for the next few years. The cost to the city will be, if I understand it, a few $1,000s extra, but at this time of fiscal constraint, it sounds like a wise idea to stretch that out.
Okay.
Did I get that right, clerk treasurer?
Yes, exactly.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. That's it.
No, I don't see the contract for right systems
That was an add-on.
Oh, so it's not here, okay. Oh, here it is, okay. Okay. This would be, we need approval for, to apply for the TRPC grant of $310,000 to complete a project on a 6-year street plan.
Sorry, that should read comp plan instead of 6-year street plan.
Okay. Should say
Okay.
a comp plan?
Yeah, I got that information at the last minute.
I will move to approve the application for the TRPC grant of $310,000 for projects in the comp plan.
I second that.
It's been moved and second to approve the TRPC grant for giving the mayor, or giving the city permission to apply for the TRPC grant of $310,000. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. I think that's it, isn't it?
No, the rate systems contract, sorry.
Oh, I don't have that either. Oh, here it is. Okay, approve mayor to sign a new 3-year contract with Right Systems for MNS and IT services. Do I hear a motion?
I'll move to approve the new contract with Right Systems as presented.
I believe that Nancy explained that in her report. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Oh, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So he can sign that, you said electronically, right? Doesn't need to be signed tonight, okay?
Yeah, it's actually the loan one is electronic.
So-
The right systems you can sign, or we can have the Mayor Watterson sign. when
Well, if
he's
he's not back by Friday, just give me a call and I'll come in and sign it.
Okay, that's
Is
okay.
it right systems as in the right brothers or RIGHT?
RIGHT.
Thank you.
Okay. We have come to public comments number 2. Any public comment? I don't see anybody out there to give one, so.
Can I ask
we'll
a
just-
question really quick? Do we need to table our ordinances, or are we good?
I think I did.
Okay.
That was during work session. Is that
No.
okay, or do we need to?
Do we need to, I just want to make sure.
I did.
In old business,
I did it in old business instead of ordinances.
Did we vote on it?
you pointed out that it was in ordinances.
Yeah. We can go back and do it if you want.
Oh,
Let's-
I just saw ordinances next, and so I was like, I thought we were there.
I have it recorded as tabled.
Okay.
Okay.
It has been tabled then.
It was documented by the Fourth Estate. That's good enough for me.
Are there any announcements? We are adjourned.
Non-debatable motion.